Hello, I was asked the other day for some tips about being interviewed for a job as a social media manager, and as somebody who sits on the other side of the desk interviewing social media interns, social media admins, social media managers, social media executives, I thought I'd focus in on one thing that I think you could do to really make a difference in the interview situation. And it has to do with data-driven research, data-driven social, data-driven campaigns. It's kind of a bit of the rage at the moment. So let's have a look at Zara and let's pretend I'm being interviewed as the social media manager for Zara. That's exciting. So I'm on zara.com/au, I'm in Australia. And the first thing I do, just very quickly, is I go down the bottom and I just check, and they've got, even though it's the Australia page, we've got Instagram for Zara, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest and YouTube, and they're all single international travel channels. That's important, remember that. It's going to make it interesting when you have discussions about geolocative campaigns. Or you could ask a question, how do you do geolocative campaigns? And we'll talk about that maybe in another video, what you do. But anyway, very quickly, I go to the Zara page and I see that they've got 27.5 million fans. 27.5 million people love Zara so much that they've liked the page and they really want great content from Zara. So that's uplifting. We know that people love Zara and that they're there. Then I click on the cover photo and I can see they haven't changed their cover photo since July the 19th, and there is no call to action, there's no description in here, there's no videos, there's nothing at all. It's a bit odd for a fashion brand. Let's face it, there's a lot of photos in fashion, there's a lot of seasons in fashion. I mean, it's December, so they've missed 2 seasons with the cover photo. But anyway. And the other things that I look at are the apps on the left-hand side, what are they pushing? So there's no email newsletter sign up here, so that's not a big ask for them. And when I click on locations and then I scroll into Australia, we've got a Zara on every corner. They're not listing their locations on their Facebook page. Let's move on. There's a lot more that we can find out other than from the main page. So the first thing to do is make sure you've got a test sandbox page. I always have test pages so I'm not mucking around with clients' pages. And I add Zara in here and I can see that they've got 27 million likes on their page. They did 7 posts this week, 340,000 engagement. So figure out what percentage 340,000 is of 27 million with 7 posts. And then if you click on Zara, you can see the top post. In fact, they're tagging, so they are tracking that this one is from Facebook, and you'll see that there's a similar post on Instagram with IG on it. And we also know by looking at the comments that a lot of the comments have to do with paying a minimum wage, public time-bound commitment right now to paying a living wage. So there's a challenge for Zara around fast fashion. So you might be asked a question about that in the interview. How would you deal with crisis comms and trolls around that? I don't know. How would you? So fill this up with their competitors. So you've got Zara and then you've got H&M and you've got, I don't know, where's Zara's competitors? You'd know. I don't, but you would, because you're doing the research for the job. I'm doing the job interview. I'm getting confused. Anyway, next thing to do is go to facebook.com/ads/library. Put in Zara and have a look at the ads that they're running on each platform for each country, and you might want to look in the last 7 days. And at the moment it's the week of Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday. So that's going to throw people who don't have an ad budget any other time of the year sometimes spend their dollars now, and then others simply won't spend their dollars now because the competitive rate is so high when you're competing for ads. And yes, we can see 40% off. Oh, that's a Christmas special. There you go. So they've got Christmas specials up. And they have 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 Facebook admins, or admins in general. I guess they're using Creator Studio, or maybe they're using a third-party app. Facebook Creator Studio would let them manage Facebook and Instagram, and they could feasibly have admins for both on those. Go through Instagram, have a look at the posts, look at the followers, go through their IGTV, see what they're doing and their general posts. And Instagram lends itself to being a brochure, so you know, you can reflect that back to them in the interview. If you're following the data path, Social Blade will let you put in the different platforms and then enter the Twitter username, or whatever the username is that they're using for whatever platform. And I can go in here and do research on the analytics behind Zara's Twitter account. And then I can go back here to the bottom of the page and pick up the rest of their accounts and put it into Social Blade as well. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but have a look at how they're posting, how often they're posting, the tone of their posting, the tone of the comments, and just know your numbers when you walk into the interview. So, you know, I'd be like, oh wow, it's so interesting to see you've got 27 million followers on Facebook, but you've got such high engagement with your 38 million on Instagram. Is Instagram your main platform? You know, those sort of things reflect back to the potential employer that you're interested and you're using data, and you can draw the conclusions that you would draw based on your experience. But I think that that would be impressive in an interview. What do you think? Do you think that showing the data in an interview would be an important thing to reflect back to them? Do you think it would be cheeky? Do you think they'd be shocked that you know their ads and what they're spending out there on different countries and you can go through all the different versions? Or do you think that they would be impressed that you'd done that? I would be impressed. What's the toughest question you've ever been asked in an interview? Let me know. Thank you.